All right, so once again, that's the move right there, but this is what I want to show you. So I'm going to start him right there. So we're going to look at his head, and then we're going to make sure that if he was to side bend, his head would move this way, all right? And that's not what's going to happen, so I want you to watch this. It is a horizontal move. So I just cannot emphasize that enough. See how his head dropped? But it moved forward. I'm going to put 2 dots here and here by his hat. There we go. See that? He dropped down and it moved forward. So even though, you know, it's that separation between upper and lower right there, where the lower is out in front of the upper. And you know that by dropping a plumb line from the shoulder, and I'm going to drop one from the hip. So it looks like that's happening. That's actually not. But my caution to you is if you make a side bend move, the head is actually going to, oops, wrong thing. Hold on a minute. Your head is actually going to move that direction. And if you hang back on your right side, which this downswing move, it's one of the things it does is it gets you off your right side immediately. So if you're hanging back on the downswing move, you're not actually making the right move. So, I mean, if you make the right move, that's exactly what you're going to see. And I want you to see how easy both his sternum and his belly button got to the target. I mean, after trying to use hips and teaching students for 21 years to shift their weight with their lower body. This is just amazing. And believe it or not, when you shift the weight just by using your lower body, you can take your head with you. The head sometimes can get on top of the ball, it can get out in front of the ball. And this move here, it is impossible to come over the top. They're antithetical. They're incompatible. You absolutely cannot make that horizontal move and come over the top at the same time or cast. And the other thing that I want to point out is as he makes that move, and again, it's horizontal, right heel comes up immediately. You can see how his hips are rotating without even trying. You also want to straighten that left knee. So right about the time, let's go right here, right about the time, right now he's in his right heel, and there's the push. The right heel comes up and the left heel plants. That's simultaneous. And you can also see the planting of the left heel. Watch the left knee. So that happens simultaneously. And we'll talk about all of this in more detail in other videos so you completely understand why it works. So hopefully I will be receiving videos of other students trying to give that a shot, so to speak, no pun intended. And I would highly recommend start it with your wedges first.